2020 NFL Draft is one that is being held under different circumstances. It's going to be a very unprecedented event, and it'll be very interesting to see what kind of train wreck, it is with the whole people having to, use the internet and the whole, video calling and stuff like that. Some teams have, very elaborate setups, like about 8 screens for the 49ers organization. John Lynch had a nice setup, and others have Dave Gettleman's setup, which is one laptop and a giant binder and lotion off to the side for no reason, I guess. I don't know why you need lotion while you're looking at NFL draft prospects, but hey, Dave Gettleman's going to do what Dave Gettleman does, I guess. Anyway, it's time now for my mock draft, and so the first two guys, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins. And I think it's obvious who these two teams are picking. The Bengals are taking Joe Burrow, and the Redskins are taking Chase Young. No doubt about it. Even if a team trades up with one of these two teams, which they would need to throw everything at these two teams to even get to those spots, they're either taking Joe Burrow or Chase Young, no doubt about it. So, let's start with the Lions. The Lions. I have them taking Jeff Okudah. They are going defense. You could go with Isaiah Simmons, with Matt Patricia being a defensive-minded head coach, and with how many points and yards they give up last season, they could go with Isaiah Simmons, but I haven't taken Jeff Okudah because they lose Darius Slay, and I think it makes the most sense. And I also want to say this. I am in no way a draft expert. I have done little research, and I am just going off of what I think teams need and who I think might be good. I've done very, very little research. I don't have a big binder like Dave Gettleman. At 4, the New York Giants select Jedrick Wills. They're going offensive line. They need an offensive line. They need to protect Daniel Jones. They need to be able to create running lanes for Saquon Barkley. So Jedrick Wills makes the most sense. Or any one of the offensive linemen that are projected to go in the first round makes sense, really. At 5, the Miami Dolphins, I'm taking Tua Tagovailoa. If he stays healthy, he's going to be really good. Had he not had the hip injury, who knows, maybe the Bengals consider taking him over Joe Burrow. I know that some teams are, they're taking off his draft board, but no doubt about it, I think the Dolphins take him regardless. They're going to take the chance on Tua Tagovailoa. At 6, the San Diego Chargers, I have them taking Justin Herbert. I think that would be a good situation for them. They have a decent team. They're not. It's not a terrible situation. He probably won't have to start right away unless he straight up beats Tyrod Taylor for the job. Then that's the only way I see him starting. He'll sit behind Tyrod Taylor for a year, maybe in the middle of the season, then he'll pop in. Justin Herbert to the Chargers. At 7, I have the Panthers taking Isaiah Simmons. You'll lose Luke Kuechly to retirement. Makes a lot of sense to take a guy of Isaiah Simmons' caliber. Apparently, he can play all over the defensive field. So this makes the most sense. 8, I have the Arizona Cardinals taking Tristan Wirfs. Once again, you need to protect your quarterback. You need to protect Kyler Murray. You can't have him running around. He'll take years off his career. Tristan Wirfs, it makes sense for them to go offensive line. 9, the Jaguars. You lose Calais Campbell. You're probably going to lose Yannick Ngakoue. Makes sense to go with the defensive line. You go Derek Brown. Got to bring back Saxonville. At 10, the Cleveland Browns. They're also an offensive line. You got to protect your quarterback. Got to protect Baker Mayfield. I haven't taken Mekhi Becton. I understand that he failed a drug test at the combine, and he may fall a little bit, but I think it's a no-brainer. Granted, the Browns have a lot of no-brainers, and they still find a way to miss. You go offensive line. There's no way you don't. 11. If I wasn't clear, Mekhi Becton for the Browns. 11, New York Jets. They'll go. I'm taking C.J. Anderson. I don't know how big their need is. I've seen some people say they'll go offensive line, but I haven't taken Henderson. Solid corner. I think it makes sense. 12, the Raiders. I have them taking CeeDee Lamb. They're going to go receiver. I think they're linked to almost every single one of the receivers in this class at this point. Every time you go and see a player's highlights, they say, oh, I love to see him on the Raiders. So I have them taking CeeDee Lamb. Now, at 13, my San Francisco 49ers. I have them, you could go a couple of ways. You go receiver, you go defensive tackle, you go offensive line. I don't think they'll go secondary at this point because I think the two best corners are off the board already. John Lynch was interviewed a couple of days ago at the recording of this video, and a couple of things he said. He mentioned the receivers that were already on the roster, and he mentioned DeForest Buckner, the type of player that we lost in that situation, making me think we're going to find another kind of, not him exactly, but just a player of his caliber. So I have him taking Javon Kinlaw. I know that 49er fans want us to take receiver, and I understand that. But we have a lot of receivers on the roster already. And assuming that they live up to their potential, we'll be fine. So I have the 49ers taking Javon Kinlaw with the number 13th pick in the draft. With the number 14th pick, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers picking Andrew Thomas, offensive line. You need to protect Tom Brady. You have all these weapons now for him with Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Apparently Gronk's coming out of retirement. You need to protect Tom Brady and whoever's coming in after him. At 15, the Broncos, Jerry Jeudy. They seem to really like him. They could possibly trade up and get him. Depending, I guess in my mock draft, it just works out for them that they don't have to do that. But I have the Broncos taking a receiver, Jerry Jeudy. 16, the Falcons. I have taken Kavon Chasen. I hope that's how you say his name. Defensive-minded head coach Dan Quinn. I don't think they have that good of a defense, or at least they're always beat up, so they'll add on. 17, Cowboys. I have taken Yetur Gross-Matos. Now, I guess this could change if Dak Prescott never signs the franchise tag, and they decide, hey, you know what, we're going to take the franchise tag back and we'll trade up and get one of these quarterbacks. So, yeah, they'll go defensive line. Yetur Gross-Matos. I hope, once again, I'm saying that name right. 18, the Miami Dolphins. I have them taking DeAndre Swift. Now, people have them going to the Dolphins, but with their third selection in the first round, I just worked out that I had them going here at 18. They need a running back. I don't know who their running back is. I believe it's Patrick Laird. DeAndre Swift makes sense here. 19, the Raiders. I don't know how. I have them going defense. I have them going Patrick Queen. I don't know what their linebacker situation is. I'm hoping this makes sense. Once we get to these players that I barely know who they are, because I don't watch college football this religiously, I just hope that these make sense. 20, the Jaguars. I have them taking Jalen Johnson, cornerback. You lose Jalen Ramsey. You need another cornerback now. 21, the Eagles. He's fast. Some 49er fans want us to take him. I have him going to the Eagles. They need a receiver. They have nobody. I guess to be fair to the Eagles, they were all beat up due to injury. At 22, the Vikings. They're also going to receiver. They lose Stephon Diggs. They're going to go with T. Higgins. 23, the Patriots. Going linebacker. They lose Kyle Van Noy. I have them taking Zach Bond. 24, Saints. They give up a lot of points. They don't really have a good defense. I have them taking Kenneth Murray. 25, Vikings. They lose Xavier Rhodes. You need a cornerback. I have them taking Jeff Glandy. 26, Dolphins. They're going to go with Xavier McKinney, just because they have a pick to use. 27, Seahawks. I'm going defensive line. They need help on defense. Ross Blacklock. 28, Ravens. The receiver whose name is hard to pronounce. He's from Colorado. I'm not even going to try. 29, Titans, AJ Epenesa. I believe that's how you say it. I'm hoping that's how you say it. I'm glad I'm not Roger Goodell, who has to try to pronounce these names. 30, the Packers. They'll go wide receiver. They need to get Aaron Rodgers another weapon. I haven't taken Justin Jefferson. 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to trade out of this pick. I think it makes the most sense. But if they do pick here, I don't have them going receiver again. I think the class is really deep that you don't have to. Trevon Diggs. 32, Chiefs, Jonathan Taylor. That's my NFL mock draft.